Hello everybody, it's your boy Nullicity, and today we will be roasting every tower that has been confirmed for Zone 10, or Zone 9, or Interstellar Shore, or whatever the hell you want to call it, because this world is going to end up having 27 zones by 2029, which is a much better rate than the one area per year strategy they had going on before. They also updated the part count for tower builders from 4,000 to 7,500, so about 80% of the player base who can't afford an RTX 9000 and 20 million gigashits of RAM will have to turn on low detail mode so that their towers end up looking like a verified builder's worst nightmare. I have no idea how the ETOH dev team keep managing to come up with actually good area names, because Singularity and Interstellar Shore have me on the edge of my seat, foaming at the mouth like a ravenous dog. As per usual, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and watch till the end, because I need my view duration higher, buddy boy. Currently, it's very low, and I need it very high. Anyways, let's get on with the video. Not only do the changing colors everywhere in this tower cause anyone with epilepsy to start seizing like a 14-year-old girl meeting Justin Bieber in 2013, but the amount of parts that either spin, move, or probe you up the arse for pretty much no reason makes me think that tower building is friend's full-time job, since only someone who is severely unemployed can make their towers look like a showcase project, then make a speed build right after for no reason at all. I know it's an overused joke, but this tower feels like it was built solely to incapacitate a Victorian-era child. This former C-grade Garden of Eshel contest steeple was so cooked that the creators had to spend almost 3 entire years turning this nothing burger of a hard steeple into a semi-playable challenging tower, where you can literally see the quality difference in the floors from outside the frame. Also, after 3 entire years, people on the wiki are still saying they would prefer something that's less recycled over this. At least it's done better than the other random steeples in the GOE contest though. That's rough. A dev-made tower with some of the worst design choices I've seen in a long while managed to make it into a permanent area because of the gimmicks that can be constructed only by someone with experience in developing and scripting. Now, is this tower good? But did it deserve to get into a main area? Nah, it honestly feels like it was made by a builder from 2020 who took a 4.5-year break and was given a textbook on how to make the most overused mechanics in current whitelisted towers. Everything except for the flying parts feels more unoriginal than 2021 builders putting neon in their trusses. Oh, would you look at that? Goose's final tower in the Wedge trilogy, where each time he makes a new one, you wish you didn't take the previous one for granted. No amount of new gameplay ideas will change the fact that this Tottle-based wedge cesspool is in the same trilogy as Tower of Wicked Wedges. You're so rock bottom that if you sold your soul to the devil without anything in exchange, you'd be making a profit. Sometimes I really miss the days when modernism was considered to be having neon in your trusses and gameplay that used more client objects than spinners and kill bricks, instead of, jump boosters, jump removers, jump pads, and even more jump mechanics that make me want to jump off a bridge. Now, while it flows better than most submissions and has some semi-passable design, I don't think I've ever seen a passing tower use so many of the exact same mechanics over and over again, let alone a tower that gets in-game. It shares similar problems with clandestine zones, where it feels like a 2020 builder tried to make a modern tower and it just didn't work right. But who knows, the same people making these towers are the ones who get to vote on them without any community input. So this tower would feel so much better if it wasn't constantly engaging in a 3-way between horribly timed jumps and a minimum of 30 degrees of rotation. If that wasn't bad enough, there's just entire sequences of purely unsight readable high rem VB slop. This sad clusterfuck of a tower made me realize that if they were to make an area with easier towers made by solely newer builders and contributors, not only is it genuinely possible that the whitelist won't be entirely fucking pink and grey for once, but we may have an area full of actual passion, creativity, and unique ideas, rather than a bunch of VB side projects that meet the bare minimum for getting a passing tower. Even if a VB makes the same jumps over and over again with somewhat of a theme, that shit would still pass, since the bare minimum for getting a passing tower is a pink name. For someone who's shown themselves to be a great builder, it's crazy that I can confirm that colloid bias is now a real thing. The Raging Tempest collab that he did with Index/Jirisu has shown to be one of the most beautifully crafted catastrophic towers ever made, with incredible design, theming, flow, and gameplay. And then you have a solo tower made by just colloid that looks like the incestual birth child of never-ending dizziness in that one punky nil tower, while also having less than a 50% like to dislike ratio. And if the whitelist wasn't already flooded with enough rain random slop towers. When people realize that playing this tower without no clip is like rubbing your balls in poison ivy, we're gonna end up with a 5th rem in the game that already has way too many of them. I feel bad for all of the incredibly well-made intense towers that lost their chance getting in game to this half-classic seizure-inducing final stretch glazing clusterfuck of a tower. I am VMing this as soon as it's in game because there's no way I'm beating this without snapping my monitor in half. Considering the amount of rush projects that VBs are making to kick any aspiring builders out of the contributor role, I can respect Tree Nighter for always making towers that are somewhat enjoyable and unique. However, it's not hard to see that half of this tower seems to be emptier than my brand new Tupperware, but yet it still somehow takes longer than 20 minutes to beat according to the wiki, which essentially means that anyone who's below extreme difficulty will have a run of 40 minutes or more. They really thought they could be slick with the numbered acronym too. Should have tried naming it with the numbers at the end like 1122, you get the idea. Music zone editors were added to the kit like 7 gigabajillion years ago, and only now have tower creators started using the exact same corny ass slowing time gimmick that adds literally nothing to the tower almost anywhere. Pairing that with the color palette that has half of it using grey brick colors, and now you have a good tower. Hey! People can like this tower all they want, but just know that the people who made it have spent their valuable time and effort to create something for a game that until recently was owned by a cuddle buddy executive who took 80% of the game's profits while doing nothing for it. Can't have an urchin tower that's some random useless gimmick composed of heavily scripted custom client objects. The moment that I saw those dreadful Kohat progress loss parts, I knew that this tower's raw gameplay would be either 3 times harder or 3 times easier for some ungodly reason. Everyone who uses them believes that adding these makes your tower incredibly easier, which if they end up adding it to the V6 kit will kill any verified chance of getting a tower in game. Urchin also says that this is his last tower for the game, but that bastard never started his box project that I made a thing for. I hate you, Urchin. I'm playing. Apparently this shit was really well known or something, because I would see people talking about it in the jtoh Discord a lot, and I honestly thought they were saying the word tomorrow, because what kind of goofy ass acronym is this? I'd be able to roast this shit better, but all I know about it is that it's based off rainwater that I can't see anything because it's all covered by an ugly ass fog. Unless they're getting paid bands for their work, I feel bad for the curators who had to review entirely intense to insane towers, since many of the harder towers are somewhat good in quality, and then the easier towers in that range are fucking Tower of Mark 9. Bring back easy towers, please. This tower doesn't deserve all the hate that it gets, but it does deserve a fat fucking chunk of it. This tower's width makes it the campaign manager for the body positivity movement, because this shit is unnecessarily wider than the hips of a Pixar mom. And I know that it's literally an hour of challenging gameplay, meaning you'll have to save on the part count, but god fucking damn, at least it had some design. I don't think a single part here, excluding the random drawbridge at the start of the tower, was actually made to look good. To summarize, stop painting Zack so much and make the shit look better than a 2019 idea done, please. Extreme is the only difficulty in the game which consistently manages to have towers of the exact same difficulty with the exact same enjoyment level, constantly manage to get in areas that have towers that are way better than it. Tower strategic mechanics, terrifying beauty, although Ring 7 kind of sucks, and Tower of Suffering Outside, just to name a few towers that make me want to throw rocks at my computer and hope I ever understand what a feeling of fulfillment is. But hey, at least we have another Extreme in the game, and if people put this much effort into Extreme towers as they do into their fucking Rem towers, we might actually have some that aren't suicide worthy. Sometimes I miss the VB slot. Then I play Tower of Mark 9. Mayan, Mian, Toes, whatever your name is, if you're watching this video, congrats on contributor! Now I'm finna roast your Hollow Reformations knockoff looking ass so hard. Watch! Your shit mid. That's it. Yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about this one apart from the fact the client object spam makes Terrifying Beauty look like a purist town, that the design looks like it was made to try and sexually harass me. The drastic difference in quality between Kaloi's 2 Zone 10 towers is actually insane. Tower of Raging Tempest looks like it was ripped straight from some incredibly detailed concept art, while Tower of Mark 9 looks like it was made as a 3-day speed build back in the days of neon and trusses. But enough about the Kaloi bias. Sometimes you can have not enough design, and sometimes you can have too much design. Like, you can tell that the heart and soul that was put into this could have easily been put into a job application, because nobody with this much free time has a job. Not a single person. Aside from that corny ass name that sounds like it was the title of a 9th grader's imaginative essay, Kaloi actually having a citadel that people enjoy is mental, but my god! This man has enough towers in game at this point. Nobody needs any more of this dude's towers in our faces. I mean, the citadel's honestly fine, although in his fashion it's definitely getting a difficulty change. Raging Tempest has the words index written all over it, so that's really nobody's business. But Tower Mark 9 does not deserve to be in this area, not in Zone 10. That shit is nothing but Kaloi bias at its finest. If you see this video, Kaloi, I'm sorry for name dropping you like 20 times, but half the area is literally you, and we don't want that everywhere. We like community towers, not you everywhere. No hate. Oh, he learned how to use double jump. Thank you everyone for watching the video. I had to make my roast longer since there's less towers, so I hope that they're actually somewhat good this time around, although knowing me, they're kind of dog shit. Just a reminder that a lot of my roasts are simply just my opinions and criticisms, and even then, they're exaggerated so much that I can try and make you guys laugh. That's it. I'm still trying to improve my editing style. However, I've recently gone back to school, so I'm going to have way less time. So yeah, I don't know what this outro is. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.